Hello and welcome to Garden of Luma, where I provide you with tips for growing edibles in hot climates. Hello, Joe here with Garden of Luma. If you guys are new to this channel, please subscribe to stay updated on the latest videos. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about watering. I've had some questions about how long do you water, how often do you water, and this is $1 million question, right? For those of us growing in the desert or hot climates where we don't see a lot of rainfall. If you guys are in areas where you get rain consistently, this isn't really a problem for you guys. But for us growing in the desert, in climates that are very arid or don't get a lot of rain, this is definitely a challenge for us. And so as a new gardener, it can be really hard to figure out how long you need to water, if you're watering correctly and different things. That was definitely a struggle for me when I got started. And one of the challenges for experienced gardeners teaching those that are new on how to water is there isn't really just a set answer for it. A lot of it depends on your yard, a lot of it depends on your soil, how much shade your plants are getting or trees are getting. So there are so many different factors that go into watering. There isn't just a set answer that you can give somebody. And so that's one of the challenges as well. I know as a new gardener, I was always scouring the internet trying to find an exact recipe for watering, but there wasn't really a one-size-fits-all answer for it. And so over the years, through experience, through learning from other people and what they were doing, I eventually got the hang of watering here. But it's something that's still a work in progress, even for me, somebody that's been gardening for like 9 years in the desert. So it's always something we're learning. One of the best things for me was when I started out, I was watering everything with a hose by hand. And so just getting out there with the plants every day and seeing and learning how they responded to different watering methods really helped out a lot for me. This is the first year that I've actually been fully automated for the most part with my watering. And I'm going to show you right now one of the downfalls of that. So let's go take a look. Okay, so here are my fig trees over here. And this is the downfall of having an automatic watering system. You can see the leaves got pretty crispy here. I walked out here one day and it was extremely beat up, really droopy. Leaves were frying. It was one of those 110-degree days, and one of my water lines blew out. So as you can see here, this fig was doing really well. You can see that crispy leaf. All these leaves dropped off. It's like almost completely bare now. And this is the kind of stuff that happens with automatic watering systems. You get kind of lazy. You don't come out here as frequently like you would if you were just hand watering stuff. And then things get clogged, things come undone, things break. And then you end up catching it after the fact when it's already done damage to your trees and plants. So that's one of the downfalls of the automatic system. You want to make sure you're still coming out here regularly to check on your plants, check on your fruit trees, making sure the watering system is working correctly and everything's okay, so you catch this kind of stuff before it does damage. I'm not too overly concerned. All this stuff will bounce back, but it just doesn't look pretty now. And I probably won't get any more figs the rest of the year. All right, so some of the things that I consider when watering is, first, the age of the tree. If it's a newly planted tree, obviously those first few months as it's trying to get established, you're gonna water a lot more frequently. And that's typically the first couple weeks, like daily, you're gonna wanna water that. So, consider that, the age of the tree. Newly planted trees are gonna need a lot more water than a tree that's been in the ground for 5 years. Think about the type of tree as well. For those of us that are trying to grow tropical trees in our environment, those types of trees come from environments that get a lot of rainfall consistently. So a tree like a mango, for example, a guava, those tropical types of trees are going to need more frequent watering than a pomegranate that comes from an arid environment that can handle drought conditions better. So keep those things in mind. Know what kinds of trees that you're growing and their needs and where they came from. That's going to help you guys out a lot. Take a look at your soil structure and your soil makeup. A lot of our soil here is clay-like, so it holds moisture for longer periods of time, which can be a good thing. But it's also harder to penetrate that soil and get the water deep down into the root system. So with our soil, a deep watering works best. So you want to use methods like a basin or different things and slowly watering it or flooding it so that water can get deep down in there. If you're watering for 5 minutes once a week, that is not enough. Make sure water is getting down like 3 feet into that soil. One of the major things that I pay attention to when watering is the temperatures. Okay, when temps here are over 105, I'm watering a lot more frequently than when temps are, 70, 80 degrees. So I kind of break it down by temperatures and how frequent I water. During our summer months when we're extremely hot, I'm every couple days watering my in-ground tropical types of trees, and around like 5 days for my more established, citrus and those types of trees, 5 to 7 days. How much do you water? I pay attention to the size of the tree on that. So like a newly planted tree that's a 3 to 5 gallon size, it came out a 3 to 5 gallon container. I do like 5 gallons of water at a time. So you want to kind of water based on the size of the tree as well. So like a 15 gallon size tree, something that's about 6-7 feet, 15 gallons of water when you're watering. So hopefully some of those tips help you out with getting going with your watering. Check me out at gardenofluma.com for more tips on gardening and growing fruit trees, especially in hot, dry climate.